Next to Victoria English from Mid News. Victoria, please, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much. I'd like to return to something that Dr. Cavaleri said in his opening remarks, which was repeated vaccines, meaning, I believe he meant boosters, are not a sustainable long-term strategy. I'm trying to understand whether you're suggesting that we might develop resistance against too many boosters taken at a short interval. That's the first part of the question. And the second part is the real issue how to make a transition to a multivalent vaccine that could be administered just maybe once a year?
Thanks very much, Victoria. So 2 questions here. Question number 1 is on frequent boosters, and I give that to Dr. Cavaleri.
Yeah, indeed. There are 2 concerns here. Is that if we have a strategy in which we give boosters, let's say, every 4 months approximately, we will end up potentially having problem with the immune response, and the immune response may end up not being as good as we would like it to be. So we should be careful in not overloading the immune system with repeated immunization. And secondly, of course, there is the risk of fatiguing the population with the continuous administration of boosters. Now, as said, if the situation from an epidemiological perspective is such that it might be the best option on the table, then it can be done once or maybe twice, but it's not something that we can think should be repeated constantly, and it would be much better to start thinking about an administration of boosters that is more spaced in time. And ideally, if we want to move towards a scenario of endemicity, then such boosters should be synchronized with the arrival of the cold season in each of the hemispheres, similarly to what we're doing with the influenza vaccine. So now we will have to think about how we can transition from the current still pandemic setting to a more endemic setting in which this would be the desirable option.